Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and regular competitive is finally gone! Now, like most of my videos, I always make them the day before, so I am recording this on Monday, but I know for a fact that when you're watching this, regular competitive Season 17 is finally over, which means that you can get a gold gun for your hardships and struggles in that competitive season, but also, depending on when you're watching this, the Royal Queue competitive beta might also be out as well. I'm not really sure if there's going to be a short little off season, if it's going to be a couple of hours or a day, but either way, what I wanted to do for this video was talk about the new beginning of Overwatch. This fresh new start that everyone's going to be able to experience. Roadlock 222 is going to change Overwatch, and I think for the better. Now, there still will be that small group of people that think Overwatch was better before Roadlock 222. They enjoyed Overwatch and the ability to pick any hero that they wanted in any role that they wanted, but that same small group of people probably also like mayonnaise on their burger, and we don't respect those people. All jokes aside though, people are going to have problems with anything that is even supposedly good for the game, and Roadlock is no exception. And I'll admit, when it comes to 222, there will still be some problems that come about this. There still will be some issues that, yeah, people will complain about, people won't like, and they'll even make the claim that, oh my god, Overwatch was better, oh my god, this is terrible. But I really do believe that the issues that will come about Roadlock are going to be very minuscule compared to the issues that we had to deal with for years now. The issues that came about people having the freedom to choose any hero that they want that really didn't work in the current meta or the current game that they were playing. Like, one common problem that I saw arise from my time of playing the beta on PC was when we didn't have a main tank player. You always need a shield tank. Whether it's Reinhardt, Orisa, or Winston, you need to have that protected barrier because it's just a key part of an Overwatch composition. Now, we do have two tank players that queued up for tank that could easily switch on to the main tank, but here's the problem. Whether it's because they don't know how to play Reinhardt, Orisa, or Winston, or whether it's because Hammond doesn't want to switch off onto the main tank. The problem here is that we aren't going to be switching onto the main tank role when we might have main tank players that are locked into DPS and support. Me being a DPS player, I still know how to play Orisa, but because of this role lock, I'm locked into DPS and I can't offer my services. So yes, that will be a problem that will be actually kind of common. You'll come to find out. So this will cause people to cry, moan, and blame Roadlock 222 for not having the ability to be flexible for roles that are clearly needed in the composition. And while yes, that is one problem, that one problem came about from solving 5 other problems that you probably would have had to deal with, because if people would have had the ability to be any hero that they wanted, play any role that they wanted, well, yeah, we would have a main tank, but we'd also have 4 DPS and a Brigitte as our healer. So that's why this one problem is very small compared to the other problems that would have arose because of Roadlock 222 not being in the game. While that's one of hopefully only a few more issues that come about Roadlock being in the game, I'm pretty sure most people are smart enough to recognize that Roadlock won't be hurting Overwatch, because when you really look at it, people had way too much freedom in competitive before. Because when you really think about it, what was forcing someone to help out the team? What was really forcing someone to pick a specific hero that was somewhat meta or that they needed in that specific composition? It was really only based on people's messages and people's anger towards that specific player that wasn't helping out. But because this isn't 1865 and we're not slaves, we didn't have to do anything we didn't really want to do. And in this case, that caused a lot of friction and a lot of frustration. But now people, in a sense, have a role that they're locked into, which is the name, a role lock, which I think is going to cause for a much better experience for Overwatch. You will see. There will still be problems at the beginning, but not as much as if we continued with the previous system. If people get upset at this new system, I think it's really just because Overwatch is changing. You have to think, this has been the same system ever since Season 2, and in Season 1, we even had more freedom, and after that change where you couldn't pick any hero if it was already picked, people were upset about that. But then afterwards, people liked that. And this is going to be the same case where 222 has been proven time and time again to be a fun type of composition and a much more enjoyable composition. Yeah, there'll be some issues where you don't have a main tank or a main healer or a specific DPS, but I think this is the best that Overwatch will ever get, where it can be an enjoyable experience for a majority of the time. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I kind of will miss the old flexible Overwatch system. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but you have to understand that this was the first version of Overwatch that I played and fell in love with. This is all that I knew, but just like every single toxic relationship, it will hurt more to hold on to the past than letting go. A toxic relationship is the best metaphor used to describe the old version of Overwatch, because when it was at its highest of highs, when you were flexing on to heroes that your team needed and you were getting those victories, it was the best feeling of all time. But when it was at its lowest of lows, when your team wasn't cooperating, when everyone was yelling at each other and playing 5 DPS and you were the only healer, it felt like the worst game of all time. And not gonna lie, when it was at its lowest of lows, it started to affect me mentally. It started to affect my own outlook of life. It started to affect my relationships that I had with people. And I just have to think, what if this would have came sooner? How would my life be different if Roadlock 222 was in the game? And I can't think of it like that. I just have to be happy that it's now finally coming into the game, and I can only thank Blizzard for that, because it took a lot of guts to implement this, because they really wanted everyone to have the freedom to play any hero that they want at any given time. But sometimes you just gotta set your foot down for what is right for the game. And today, it all changes. This is Overwatch 2.0. This is the new version of Overwatch that we'll be playing for decades on end. And honestly, I'm happy. I'm nostalgic. I'll still miss the old version, but those memories are in the past, and it'll just hurt more to hold on to those memories than to let go. But I want to know what you think about Roadlock now being in the game. Are you nostalgic about the old version of Overwatch? Will you miss it? Will you not miss it? Just let me know. But anyway, guys, today's the day. This is the new and improved version of Overwatch that we've always wanted for years now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Roadlock, about Sigma maybe being in the game. I don't know. Again, I'm recording this on Monday, but I'll see you guys in competitive Roadlock. I love you guys. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.